of the day, who happens to be a chartered HR professional, the current vice president membership, passionate about human capital development, loves good music, public speaking, and learning new things. And let me tell you something, every time people knew that she was going to be at a meeting, trust me, this place would be packed with men because they just wanted to see her face. Unfortunately, guys, she's now married. You snooze, you lose. She was here for so long. And someone outside Seaside got her. Dear Toastmasters and guests, with a round of applause, can we welcome the newly wedded Toastmaster Amarachi.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster John. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
It's been a while I've been here, actually physically, and I'm so glad to be back here physically. Happy International Women's Day to all the women joining us today. Yeah. So quickly, before we proceed with the rest of today's meeting, I'd like us to do something in celebration of Women's Day. And this is a task for the guys, for the men, right? So there are women here, there are women online, there are women that you love. So please, we'd like you to just, pick a lady or a two, as many as you like. Just tell them something that you appreciate about them, something you love about them. Just brief, go around, yes, tell them something, compliment them, it could be anything. Just appreciate them in 1 minute.
It's okay.
And then on the Zoom platform, you can send a message as well. Toastmaster, you can, can't you? Yes, sure. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's round up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope that was a good one for the ladies. Right about now, we're proceeding to prepared speeches segment. And the first speaker we have is Toastmaster Daniel Isong. Toastmaster Daniel Isong is a drilling engineer. He loves gaining knowledge. He's passionate about good governance and effective leadership. And he loves traveling, learning new things about new places. He loves culture, and he also loves good food. So I will be inviting his evaluator to tell us his speech objectives. Toastmaster Miriam Oke will be evaluating him. So Toastmaster Miriam, can you please share his speech objectives with us? Toastmaster Miriam.
Good afternoon. Yes, so I will be evaluating the speech of TM Daniel, and is currently doing evaluation and feedback. This is his second speech, and the purpose of this speech is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. So for this meeting, he has to He has to identify and change one of the feedback he got from his last meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Miriam. So, Toastmaster Daniel Isong, his speech title is Multitasking. What has gender got to do with it? Toastmaster Daniel Isong, over to you.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Toastmasters and guests. It was a lovely Sunday. It was a lovely sunny afternoon. Becky needed to do some grocery shopping and left their 2-year-old under the care of her husband, Nick. Nick was busy with laundry, preparing for the week ahead. He watched their son play nearby, and he thought, well, he could as well prepare lunch in the kitchen, just as he had often seen his wife, Betty, do so effortlessly and flawlessly. Nick had lunch prepared in the kitchen on the gas stove, and he got distracted, seeking to spend some time playing with his son. Hardly had Nick gone into the time with his son than he was jolted back to reality by the smell of burning food emanating from the kitchen and burning fabric from the cloth under the pressing iron. One might wonder how come Nick failed at such a trivial task. Meanwhile, his wife Betty was phenomenal in her handling of even more house chores. This begs the question, are women more adept at multitasking? I mean, what does gender have to do with it? Betty handled all these tasks and even more without issues, and just mere taking care of your son and handling food in the kitchen, Nick made a mess of the whole thing. Multitasking can be defined as the handling of, in this context, defined as the handling or carrying out of more than one task within a continuous time frame, without not necessarily having to end one task without carrying on or continuing with the other. Multitasking can be seen in our everyday lives. For example, when we participate in meetings, taking notes while speaking and listening actively, we are multitasking. Multitasking can also be seen in preparing kids for school while getting their breakfast ready, or even playing a musical instrument while singing. Multitasking has been the subject of research by various groups, including but not limited to behavioral psychologists and medical scientists. Now, research in many cases has grouped multitasking into two broad categories. One is the concurrent multitasking, and the other is what we refer to as task switching. In most cases where multitasking is referenced, what is actually taking place is task switching. In concurrent multitasking, you are doing more than one thing at the same time. For instance, singing and playing a musical instrument, like I mentioned earlier. A prime example of task switching is in the role of mothers or even secretaries at work, whereby they might have to take calls, prepare coffee for the boss, move on to sending mails, maybe receiving mails, perhaps handling parcels, and all of that without losing steam in between tasks. Researchers often huddled groups of men and women together and assigned to them similar tasks, or rather varying tasks under similar conditions. In a number of cases, probes or EEGs, as they are referred to medically, we are used to monitor electrical signals and brain waves while they are carrying out varying activities. Findings showed that one group is not necessarily better than the other, although generally speaking, men were seen to perform better in spatial tasks, which is concurrent activities, while women were known to perform better, were observed to perform better in the area of task switching. Let us have a practice multitasking exercise. Everyone, try drawing a circle with one hand and drawing a straight line with the other. Can you do it? Now, what kind of multitasking exercise will you say that is? Is that concurrent multitasking, or do you refer to that as task switching? Okay, that would be concurrent multitasking. So for those who said concurrent multitasking, you got it right. However, like I mentioned, or like has been observed from research, one group is not necessarily better than the other. However, it was noted that where you see one group perform or one gender perform better at multitasking than the other, it's mainly as a result of our environment, nature and nurture. In prehistoric times, men often had to hunt big game and do lots of other outdoor activities to bring food home and fend for the family. Hunting big game required laser focus. You just focus on one thing and wait for the slightest opportunity to attack and kill your prey, often using medieval tools like wooden spears or stones. On the other hand, women resorted to taking care of the family, cooking, cleaning, and doing laundry at the same time, and many of such tasks. So incidentally, men often learn from their dad, growing up with their dad, and women often learn from their mothers. The summary here is, when they talk about one gender being better at multitasking than the other, it's often a case of environment, watching parents or watching those who have influence over them, or perhaps work. So in summary, the conclusion is that one gender is not really better than the other at multitasking. And rather than focus on who's better, we should look at our individual strengths and see how we can contribute to improve our productivity and the productivity of whatever teams we belong. So rather than multitasking being the goal, we should focus on personal productivity, the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Another round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Daniel Isong. That was a very enlightening speech. Phenomenal. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Miriam. Okay. Yes. And she will be evaluated by Toastmaster UK Labuchi. Toastmaster UK, please read out his first speech objective.
Toastmaster Miriam is speaking on the evaluation and feedback speech. This is a second speech, and the purpose of this project is for the members to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. She just evaluated somebody for the same project, and we're looking to hear her speak and see how she applies feedback from the previous speech to this one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll just read out her profile before calling her up to speak. Toastmaster Miriam is a supply chain professional at an energy company. Her interests and hobbies are music, traveling, reading. She joined Seaside in order to improve her leadership, communication, and public speaking skills. With a round of applause, let's invite Toastmaster Miriam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy International Women's Day.
Yeah, we should say.
I'm super excited to be here today. And the reason for this excitement is because we're celebrating women all over the world. Personally, I think one day is not enough for you to celebrate all the people in your life, but I will take what I can have for now. So in the spirit of celebration, I have decided to speak about the phenomenal women of Seaside Toastmaster Club, the ones I have been opportune to interact with, some of them that I have been opportune to interact with since I became a Seasider. Do you know that 62% of the leadership position of this club is currently being held by women? Please give them a round of applause. Please give them a round of applause. Do you know that only 32% of the members of Seaside Toastmaster Club are women? Please, let's all invite our family and friends to join our phenomenal club. We can do better. So enough about statistics, because I can see some people, those female that I will talk about is actually the first female I interacted with before joining Toastmaster. There is this quote that says that the most alluring attribute of a woman is confidence. And this is the perfect noun that you can use to define this woman. She's no other person than our president, TM Ruth Apuka. We can all agree that she is dedicated to her role as the president of our dear club. She takes her role seriously, whether she's working at the back end or she's in front of the camera delivering a speech or evaluating someone or giving or maybe volunteering herself for table topics. I have never seen Toastmaster Ruth without a smile. She always has a smile on her face. And they say a happy woman is a beautiful woman. So moving on to the next Toastmaster that I would like to talk about. Her name is Toastmaster Amarachi. And I'm actually seeing her on screen for the first time today. But I have interacted with her on the phone, but we can all agree that she's an elegant, beautiful, sophisticated woman. The few times I've chatted with her on the phone, she's friendly, encouraging, and accommodating. And once again, they say a happy woman is a beautiful woman, and you can all agree with me that Amarachi is one. Let me introduce the next woman that I am going to talk about. She's no other person than TM Omiyo, our Vice President Education. She's an intelligent, soft-spoken woman who saves lives. She saves the life of people. She was one of the people that helped me prepare for my icebreaker speech. So believe me when I say she saves life in and out of the hospital. Carl Chu once said, medicine cures diseases, but only doctors can cure a person. TM Komiyo cured me of my fear, the fear that I had for my icebreaker speech. Now let's talk about my mentor, the one, the only TM Bolanle. I bless the day she was made my mentor, because when TM Bolanle audits your speech, forget it, you will be impressed. She's going to analyze everything line by line. But I have to say, she does this delicately and diligently, like she's not delicate. She's detailed oriented and not afraid to give feedback. She's another phenomenal woman of Seaside Toastmaster Club. There is this saying by Richard Devoe that says, there are few things in life that are as powerful as a positive push. I can testify to the fact that TM Bolanle is a positive, adds positivity to my life. TM Noye, TM Olivia, TM Aisha, TM Jane. Some I have met, some I have never interacted with, but they are all members and they are all women of Seaside Toastmaster Club. Please don't be offended that I would not say something. I wouldn't appreciate you in my speech. It is because time would not permit me. There is this poem by Maya Angelou titled "The Phenomenal Woman," and I read. Sorry. Phenomenal woman, Maya Angelou. Pretty woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellow either stands or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say it is the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my face. I am a woman, phenomenally phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause. And thank you, Toastmaster Miriam, for those kind words. Very heartwarming. I'm sure that the other women in the room can testify to that. Permit me to say a few words also about Toastmaster Miriam. Yes, she joined Toastmasters just last year. Yes, and ever since she joined, she has been very, very active. So she's someone that is very active. I was just speaking to Toastmaster Ruth, I think yesterday, and asking, apparently she's taking like 3 roles in today's meeting. I was like, okay, we should be able to do that. Is it convenient? Are you sure we're not over? But then she just took it on. She said she could do it. And then, so she's very active, very helpful, very sweet. Like we all saw today, I didn't know that she was going to speak about all the women. She had contacted me for some statistics on the club membership. So I didn't really know this. So thank you. And we appreciate those kind of words. Thank you for being a phenomenal woman. All right, so moving on to our next speaker, we have Toastmaster Jane. Pardon me, I can't really pronounce your surname, so I'd rather not than pronounce it wrongly. So to evaluate Toastmaster Jane, we have Toastmaster Francis Kulu to give a speech objectives. Toastmaster.
I was actually waiting for her to reel out some profile, but since you're celebrating the women, I can take the back seat. Since I am not a woman. Oh, well and good. So please, let's applaud our phenomenal Toastmaster Jane Osewenge. I have witnessed tremendous and phenomenal growth. She's actually doing level 5 in pathways, quite phenomenal. High performance leadership. So her speech title is leading in your volunteer organization. So the member, that is in this case, Toastmaster Jane, should have served in a leadership role in a volunteer organization for a minimum of 6 months. She should have received feedback on her leadership skills from members of that organization in the form of a 360 evaluation, which she will better explain. She will also develop a succession plan to aid in the transition of her leadership role. So she will come up to the lectern to give us detailed explanation of skills she developed while serving in this leadership position and how the experience has
better shift her into a phenomenal lady. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. Before I call on Toastmaster Jane, I just want to remind us to please send out love notes to all of those that have spoken, that have given speeches. So just tell them what you loved about their speech, tell them what you recommend they can do better, just so that they can become better speakers. We're all here to learn, we're all here to improve our public speaking ability. So the evaluation will really help. Thank you. Toastmaster Jane is a passionate lady who loves life and lives life as positively as possible. She enjoys reading. She enjoys listening to cool and sweet music. With a round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Jane.
Thank you. Graciously, our Toastmaster of the day. I just want to say you're very beautiful, our Toastmaster of the day. Good day, fellow Toastmaster guests. And happy Women's Day to our beautiful, phenomenal, and resilient lady we have in Seaside Toastmaster. It's such an honor to be here today into today's beautiful meeting. So, according to Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. As a new immigrant in a new environment, I decided to take up a task and see how I can be of benefit to the new location I'm residing in, and how I could lend my voice and how I could be of value to Black people in my locality. So one day I went to a website to look for the list of Black organizations where I can volunteer, I can lend my voice, I can be heard, I can contribute my little quarter, and I can also be seen as well. So I bumped up, I saw if an acronym NIPCA that struck me, and looked at it and I read the research. It's called Nigerians IT Professionals in Canada. So I saw the link, I joined. And I said I joined their Telegram group. So one day I posted a little tips about how to get a job as a new immigrant, so kind of tips you look into as well. And hold and behold, the president private chatted me that, oh, hi, can I have your number? I would like to reach out to you. And I did, gave him my number. A few minutes later, I got a call. Hi, this is Jane. I said, yes, this is Jane. Oh, how are you doing? I just want to say I love your tips, the tips you shared on the Telegram group. I would like to discuss some volunteer opening with you in NIPCA. Are you interested? Could you like us to sync further? I said, yes, thank you. That's how I became one of the volunteers in NIPCA. I volunteered there as a career work group expert for just 2 weeks. Then I rose to be the director in operations and finance in NIPCA. What's NIPCA? NIPCA is Nigerian IT Professionals in Canada. It's a non-governmental, not-for-profit organization that is committed to the growth of Nigerians IT professionals in Canada. Through education, training, networking, empowerment, support, job referrals, mentorship, and insight to Canadian IT job markets. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, if you have anyone coming to Canada or you inspire to come to Canada in your future, I would like you to join NIPCA. This is where things are happening. So leading as a director in operations and the finance of NIPCA. So what I do basically, I manage a lot of series of volunteers. We have series of work groups and different directory roles that manages different set of volunteers. So what I do, I manage volunteers, try to encourage them, motivate them. Part of motivating them is to spotlight volunteers who did perfectly well during the week, spotlight them in our different social handles. I also encourage them, celebrate them during their birthdays, whenever they did anything phenomenal in their groups, in your work stream. I celebrate them. I make sure that they're seen, they're heard as a Black volunteer in Canada. Secondly, my role there is also to engage speakers. Anytime we have master classes, series of sessions, engage top speakers, Black speakers in Canada, to ensure that to sell NIPCA proposition to them and see how they can come into NIPCA to give us those ideas, share their word of experience with us as well. I reach out to speakers on how they can come to the organization and speak for us as well. What I also do there as well is source for funds as well, because it's a non-profit organization. There are a lot of funds are needed to run the day-to-day affairs of NIPCA. I also work with other different work streams on how we can source for funds, get grants from the government, and see how we can get funds to move the organization to the next level. So currently, I've been the director of operations and finance in NIPCA for over a year now. I have a series of team members who work with me. I have three team members who work with me. They are from different locations in Canada. They have super packed skills, governance skills, project management, and policy skills as well. They're working with me currently, and we've been working, so I'll also be getting feedback from them. I'm also learning from them, also growing as well, and also eliciting feedback from them as well. What are the skills that have actually helped me to do well in this role? Communication skill, both written and verbal skills, and Toastmaster really helped me a lot. So I'm able to, because I know I'll be speaking with people, both internal and external stakeholders as well. Communication skill have truly helped me a lot. Commitment as well. So I'm able to improve on my commitment skills, because I know as a volunteer, I'll be committed to a charity and a cause. I'll be able to improve on my commitment skills. So compassion as well, because I know I'm helping people, so I'm helping people, mentoring people, learning my voice. So I'll be able to improve on my compassion skills as well. Then also my leadership skills, because I'm able to motivate others and motivate team members who do well, clap for them, applaud and celebrate them. So that really helped my leadership skills. And fellow Toastmaster and girls, and I know a lot of people, especially phenomenal women here today, so how do I really improve on my volunteering skills? How you can improve on your volunteering skills today is by volunteer more, try new tasks, offer to lead more projects as well. And one of the benefits that I've also derived from being volunteers as well, I'm able to connect with people, able to improve on my friends and contact lists, improve on my social relationship with people. And volunteering have also helped my mind and also helped to increase my confidence and also helped to advance my career in Canada here today. I'll leave you with this quote by Audrey Hepburn. It says, as you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself and one for helping others. The Toastmaster.
The Toastmaster is mute, we can't hear.
The lectern is muted.
Toastmaster, read or mute. We're not hearing all those nice comments. We don't hear, no, Amy, we are not hearing you. Wow.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
We are going to strike.
Sorry, we can't hear you. Sorry,
Toastmaster Ibrahim, we can't hear you. No audio, please. My goodness. We can't hear you.
Oh, mute.
Okay.
You have to start afresh.
Really? Is that okay? Oh God.
Just continue.
All right. I'd like us to give all the speakers another set of round of applause. So we're listening to TM Daniel Son give a speech about multitasking, a very informative speech. TM Miriam gave a very sweet speech about what it means to be a woman appreciating all the women at Seaside. TM Jane gave us a speech about our volunteering experience. So without stretching the matter too much, I would like us to go straight to the evaluation segment. Our first evaluator for today will be Toastmaster Miriam. She will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Daniel Isong. I've earlier introduced Toastmaster Miriam. Okay, so I would like her to have the virtual lecture now and dive straight deep into the evaluation. So Miriam, are you there?
Good afternoon once again. It's Team Daniel's server. Title is multitasking. What has gender got to do with it? And some of the things I like about his speech is the fact that he used the word of the day. Another thing I like is the way he was able to give us the definition of multitasking, and he was even able to give us facts like, oh, so. Yeah, like he gave us statistics about multitasking. So some things that I feel like Toastmaster TM Daniel, you need to improve on is that I observed that you were looking up and it was obvious when you were speaking. And then also the use of your body and hand. Some noticed is that you did not pause. You were just speaking. There was no vocal variety. So next time, please also try and work on that. Don't be discouraged. They say practice makes perfect, but we know as humans we can never be perfect. So I'm going to tell TM Daniel, please remember that practice enables improvement, and the best room to be is a room of continuous improvement. Thank you for the wonderful speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you for that phenomenal evaluation, Toastmaster Miriam. Now we're moving on to the next evaluator for today. Our next evaluator for today is Toastmaster Ukelabushi. Before I bring him to the lectern, I would like to read his profile. Toastmaster Ukelabushi is a man who loves experiencing the better things in life. He spends his days as a prolific public speaker and a career mentor. Professionally, he's an IT architect, helping organizations build and scale their applications, but he likes to be addressed as a life sojourner because he believes that life is a never-ending journey. His favorite quote is, "Man, know thyself." From the Athenian philosopher Socrates, because it reminds him that once he knows himself, he can be properly anchored on these never-ending waves of life. He is still on a journey of knowing himself, and he hopes to enjoy the ride. Toastmaster Ukelabushi.
Thank you for that phenomenal introduction, General. Well, my dictum is "Man, know thyself," but the speaker, Toastmaster Miriam, her speech was titled "To Be a Woman." Kinds of matches along with my dictum the way when you think about it. So listening to her speech was really interesting. Wow, greeting, her voice, the background, the use of humor, the infusion of grace and upliftment. It was phenomenal. So there are some things I noticed about the speech that I wanted to point out that I loved a lot. She used the word of the day a couple of times, and she did her research on the stats about the women at Seaside. It surprised me. I didn't even know that 62% of the leadership positions in this our esteemed club are held by women. Shocking. Guys, I beg. Please step up. 30% of the membership are women. When you think about the balance, it's still there. Seaside is a ladies' club. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, you should come to Seaside. From her previous speech, there were a couple of points that were noted, feedback they were giving, and she improved on it. Her background was clear, and she was very articulate. I loved the gesture, body language, how she remembered the names of every woman. However, there are still some things to improve on. Network was poor. We observed this through your speech, during your evaluation and your introduction. There was a bit of echo, and you used some quotes, which is very exciting, like the quote from Maya Angelou, and but you didn't let us know who were these people, what did they do. I know that Maya Angelou is an artist, an author, but you didn't let us know that some people don't know. And there were some filler words, which I know I've used, like And I enjoyed the speech. There was not much opportunity to use vocal variety, however, but you did well. I would say you were very confident. You were very articulate. And seriously, I cannot wait for you to come to this lantern physically and deliver another speech, because you represent an amazing spectacle and specimen of phenomenal woman.
Thank you very much for that smooth evaluation, Toastmaster UK. Now we're bringing on the next evaluator for today. Our next evaluator is Toastmaster Francis Mikolo, evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Jane Osem-Wegie. But before I bring on Toastmaster Francis, I would like to read his profile. Toastmaster Francis is an experienced accountant, a Triple Crown Toastmasters Award winner, an ACB and ALB holder. He loves to wear a smile, so the world can smile back at him. When he is not balancing accounts, he loves to listen to alternative rock music and watch Arsenal Football Club. Toastmaster Francis.
Thank you for that phenomenal introduction, Mr. General Evaluator. Please, I know your hands are not busy. Let's applaud Toastmaster Jane. Thank you. You are indeed a phenomenal storyteller. The way you serenaded us throughout your phenomenal volunteering experience. I wanted to rush now to Canada to join the accounting association to give my own, to be a volunteer as well. Well done. Your introduction at best was phenomenal. The first way to find yourself is to lose yourself. She gave us the name of the giver of the quote, Gandhi. Well done. This will set the pace for her line of topic, her volunteering experience. She told us she was an immigrant, and it set the pace for her. She also gave us a wonderful role play of how she got the call, the almighty call that gave her the leeway to join the phenomenal organization. She also told us about how it took her only 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. Wow, who does that? Sometimes you stay at Seaside 1 year before you're even given the sergeant at arms, before you start to climb. But just 2 weeks, she became the director of finance and operation. Very well done. She later she segued and became the all in all. I don't know whether she even toppled the CEO of the organization, but she became the who is who, the all in all, the creme de la creme. Well done. That was a wonderful experience with Master Jane. The areas of improvement, you told us during the course of your speech that you got feedback evaluation. I wanted to hear some of the feedback that you received and how you implemented them towards the growth of the organization. You also mentioned Gandhi. Who is Gandhi? I know Mahatma Gandhi. I don't know the Gandhi you said, so as the one that gave the quote. and he was the first Indian Prime Minister. So you would have mentioned, according to Mahatma Gandhi, the first Indian Prime Minister, he said the first way to find yourself is to lose it. So some pauses can help. You were on and on and on and on. So I did not yet. The third part of your evaluation stipulates that you should, as a matter of urgency, ensure you develop a succession plan, which you did not do. So for your evaluation criteria, for the evaluation objectives, I would tick number 1, number 2, but you need to private chat me on your succession plan if I'm going to feed that part. Very well done. You concluded with a wonderful quote. What a phenomenal volunteering experience. Well done. Very well.
Oh, sorry. I just want to know, what's your name? Sorry, Toastmaster Ibrahim.
Amazing evaluations. Can let us put our hands together again for the speakers and evaluators.
Sorry, TM Ibrahim. Sorry, this is Toastmaster Jane.
Handing over the virtual, the lectern back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Amy.
Send a text message, send a message, they will see it. Ibrahim was on the.
Thank you very much.
Online, yeah, that was Ibrahim.
That was a phenomenal evaluation session. So please, would like you to use the evaluation form provided to choose who you think was the best speaker and also who you think was the best evaluator as well. So oh yes, before we do that, can Toastmaster Miriam, can you confirm that did the speakers keep the time and the evaluators? Toastmaster Miriam, please.
The evaluators did not keep to time. That is TM, I can't pronounce his name. The second evaluator after me, he used 2 minutes for 42 seconds. Then same thing with TM Francis. He also used 2 minutes 48 seconds.
Okay, so they are still within time. Okay, so they are still within time since it's within 2 to 3 minutes. So yes, we can go ahead to vote for our best speaker and then our best evaluator as well. And then the Sergeant at Arms will help to collect that. Okay, so sorry? Oh, yes, voila. Sorry, I keep forgetting the online. So there's a poll showing now for the online attendees. So you can just vote for your best speaker and best evaluator and we'll collate. So while that is going on, we're going to go on a quick break and our Sergeant at Arms will anchor that session. We'd like to know our guests. So I'll call on Toastmaster Ebube to anchor the session. Toastmaster Ebube.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ami, for the phenomenal introduction. So this section, we want to meet our guests. Our first would like we started earlier, which some of us missed out, we introduce the club. So this is Seaside Toastmasters Club. So at Seaside Toastmasters, we train ourselves on public speaking. We become competent speakers, competent leaders, and great managers. And we noticed that in the course of the meeting, we have a lot of guests, a lot of us here who are guests. So we would like to meet us and we would like to know our names and if possible, we'll introduce you to the club. So I will be starting with our online participants. And I would like our president to please give us the gallery view so we can engage the online participants. Okay, so we can see We can see some very phenomenal people on the call. Then I would like to start with Jane. Please, Jane, can you unmute yourself? Yes, can you kindly unmute yourself?
All righty. Good day, everyone. My name is, good day, everyone. This is Toastmaster Jane.
Okay.
I'm the two-time past president of
She has already started, so let's just start. Okay. So, President, please, can you unmute her? Okay, so Jane, we're hearing you.
All right, thank you, everyone. Good day, everyone. I'm super excited to be here today. My name is Toastmaster Jane Osevinge. I am a senior product owner here in North America and Canada. I am the two-time president of AWN Toastmasters Club in Victoria Island in Access Bank. I'm also the previous club road director in Area 17. I just got the invite in one of our WhatsApp platforms, so I decided to just join and attend your meeting. It's been very wonderful. Enjoyed all the series of the speakers, all the speeches that have been delivered here today. Great word of the day. I'm very happy to be here and I look forward to be here in subsequent meetings. So before I just exit, I'll just try to hint my evaluator, Toastmaster Francis Mokulu, but I don't think he's online. But in reference to my evaluation that you mentioned, this leading by evaluator is a project in my level 5. So that was not the main project. So it's, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm trying to reach out to you, but it's unavailable. The speech I just delivered right now is the project in level 5. So that's not the main project I have to give my succession plan and give an update, just for your information in terms of my my evaluation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It is noted. Thank you, Jane. Now we look forward to more time with us here to join us with our meetings, and also look forward to more speeches from you. So I would pick on somebody physically present. I can see some phenomenal names. I see Mildred Arims. Please, Mildred, we would like to meet you. Okay, so you just tell us your name and
Hello, Toastmasters.
Hi.
I'm Arimoku Mildred by name. So I was invited here or brought here by my sister, Toastmaster Olivia. Nice to meet you.
welcome. You are welcome to the club. We hope to see more of you in our meetings, and we hope that you become a member. I'm very confident that Olivia will make that happen very soon. Also, I can see Nifemi Opafemi. I would like to meet you.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster.
Good afternoon.
I'm Nifemi Obafemi, and I was invited there by Toastmaster Ibrahim. It's really nice. Nice being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You're welcome, Nifemi, and we look forward to getting to have you more in our meetings, and we look forward to having you as a member as well. I can also see Adeze David.
Hi everyone. My name is Adeze. This is my third full.
Adeze, you are welcome, and we hope that the fourth one will as a member.
Give the icebreaker.
We'll look forward to having more in our meetings. Okay, so I will look forward to calling on Laura Iola. Please, Laura, can you please come to the left hand? Okay, Lawal. Lawal.
I feel like a name. Please tell us your name. President. Tell us your name. We'll not beat you. Oh, nice. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so I'll look out for our guests online. But before then, I would like to call on I'd like to call on the man on red shirts to kind of come to the lectern. I'd like to meet
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm actually new in town. A professional colleague of mine called me and told me that he would like me to join Toastmaster. That was the first time I had the name Toastmaster. So I went to the internet to Google about Toastmaster, and I looked for the one close to me that will be much more convenient. And this one happens to popping up. So I think I called or chatted with one Amarachi, I'm not sure. So, okay. So procrastination, I keep procrastinating. I will come. And today I said, no, I will definitely. While sitting there, I look at the faces of everybody. I was like, oh, you're the old man here. I look at the content and say, wow, now I know why my colleague asked me to. Thank you very much. It was a phenomenal meeting. It was a phenomenal experience. Come back again and again. Thank you. Please evaluate me after.
Thank you so much. We would love to see more of you in our meetings and hope you become a member, and then we could guarantee you phenomenal evaluation. So I would just pick one or two people online so they could introduce themselves. We would like to meet you, and if possible, tell us who introduced you to the meeting. So I'd like to call on Collins Teke. Please, Collins Teke, are you online? Can you kindly unmute yourself, and we would like to hear from you. Okay, so I'll move on to Fego. Fego, are you still on the call?
Yes, please,
Okay,
I am. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fego Vincent Efiria. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Fego Vincent Efiria. I was invited by Olivia Arrays, and it's actually been great right here. It's been in place from great men and women. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Fego. We look forward to getting to see more of you in our meeting. So because of time, we'll draw the curtain here, and we would like to tell every of our guests that we really appreciate your presence. We understand the difficulty we have been experiencing with the scarcity, the fuel scarcity, and a whole lot of resources are as well as this scarce. Even the lightning and everything is poor. But you made a phenomenal move to attend our meeting. We don't take it for granted. We really want to say thank you, and we'd like to encourage you that the vision of this club is that we'll support you so that we are able to become competent speakers. Each and every one of us here are looking at getting to go through the process to become competent speakers and also become great leaders and efficient managers. And we'd like to have more of you so we can do it together. So I will hand over control now to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for anchoring that phenomenal session. To all our guests, welcome to our meeting. You can always reach out to me or any other person here to become a member. We'd love to have you. Thank you for coming. So right about now, we're moving on to the second segment of today's meeting, and that is the table topic session. And this session is one that I personally love. It's a session where you're able to, build your impromptu speaking skills or ability. You're able to participate as guests, get evaluation afterwards, and just, improve your critical thinking ability. So to anchor the session would be Toastmaster Aisha Karim. I'll read her profile before inviting her up. Toastmaster Aisha Karim is the Vice President Membership 2. She's a project manager at Flutter Wave. She loves good food, she loves traveling, and she loves trying out new things. With a round of applause, can we please welcome?
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so yes, this is like one of the most exciting parts of Toastmasters. Well, I think it is, and I'm happy to be the table topics master of the day. So I will just talk about what the table topics session is about, and we can get going. So I think TM, the Toastmaster of the day, already explained some of it. So it's a chance for you to give impromptu speeches, right? To come here and use your critical thinking abilities. Because I'm just going to give you the topic now, so there's no time for you to prepare ahead. But it helps you to build good public speaking skills. Prepare for those elevator pitches that you might just have a chance to give some days. All right, so you have 2 minutes, like we're told. No, we have 1 to 2 minutes. So you're not supposed to spend less than 1 minute talking about it, and you shouldn't spend more than 2 minutes. So you have between 1 and 2 minutes to take the topics. So we would like to have guests speak, because one other advantage of this session is it gives you an opportunity to come out and speak if you did not get a chance to do a prepared speech before. So guests are welcome here to give speeches, and members. We're going to be taking only 3 topics because of time. So we already have 1 member that has indicated that he wants to speak, and I would like for 2 more guests to speak. I think I'll start with the member that already indicated. Okay, somebody else. I think, are people putting up their hands because they want to speak? It's exciting. I'd love to see it. Yeah, great. All right. So I'll start with UK, and so this is how we're going to be selecting the topics. We all know that the theme for today is, we are focusing on women because National Women's Day. Yeah. So the topics I've picked up to do with women, really. So you're going to pick between numbers 1 to 4, and I'll give you the topic. Sorry. So what number are you picking?
Number 1.
Number 1, all right. I think I remember number 1. You're supposed to tell us about a woman. Tell us about a woman that has been inspired.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Toastmasters and guests. So my question is to talk about a woman that has inspired me. I just wanted to try to brush this. She is a Black woman, and I've always stood in awe of her competence. I've always respected her phenomenal grace. I've always admired her motherhood qualities and principles. This woman I'm talking about is my own mother. Her name is Ozioma. She was born with a physical disability from birth, but that did not stop her in all her years to chase the zenith of her career. Just a couple of years ago, I think 4 or 5 years, she was made a professor of chemistry, the second in my state. Second woman, let me not put the second woman in my state. Regardless of her pursuit for the zenith, it didn't stop her from being a wonderful. She cared for us, her children, took care of my dad when he suffered from cancer before he passed away. She was so phenomenal in the way she raised us that I can't help but compare her with anybody I meet and set her as a standard for what I call an African woman. She's beautiful. Her black hair, white though, growing now, so beautiful in its braid. And she never lets the ball down. She keeps her standard and her principles at a value and at a height that you have to work hard to meet it. She never lets us derail from the path she has set for us. And every day she's an inspiration. I wish she was here to watch this. So I'll try to invite her to the next Toastmasters meeting. And that is a phenomenal woman that has inspired the rest of us.
Thank you so much for that phenomenal speech. I enjoyed it, and your mom really sounds like an inspiration. All right, I will proceed now to speak to, I think we've had 2 guests that have nominated to give the speech. I just want the names of the people. Online, yeah. Okay. Okay, so we'll go with Taiwo. We'll go with Taiwo online. Okay, so we want 1 person online and 1 person in the physical class. So I'm sorry, I'm only going to have to pick 1 person, and I'm going with Taiwo. So Taiwo, can you pick between numbers? Okay, 1 has been selected already. So pick between 2 and 4. Thank you.
2, please.
You can chat it up. Let me see.
Okay.
2 and 4. Taiwo, you can unmute and let me know which number you're picking so I can tell you the question. Okay, 2. All right, thank you, Taiwo. So the question for number 2, the International Women's Day theme for this year is Break the Bias. What does that mean to you?
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
I'm Abdulaziz Olaoluwa Taiwo. I'm a pronunciation expert and a coach, and I'm to talk on the theme of this year's International Women's Day, the breaking the barriers of women. I hope I'm right. Is that the theme, please? Hello, can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, we can. Taiwo.
Okay. So can I go on? Naturally, a lot of barriers have been set for women, especially here in my country, Nigeria, or continent Africa. Women have been looked down at just merely because of their sex, or maybe because of the tradition or what the culture has taught us. But women have been deprived of that ability, that quality that is that's so phenomenal in them. The barriers that has been set for women has not been set due to the nature of women, but just due to the society, or like I said earlier, the culture. Part of which some of the barriers include the education of a woman. Part of it also includes the position of what women can go in actually attain in life. So it's only behoves that first we change the cultural mentality of people that women should not be subjected to being looked down on or looked down at, but be given opportunity to attain the fullest of their potentials. Just like what the previous speaker before the previous speaker said, he spoke about his mother, the phenomenal mother who despite her disabilities, gave him and his siblings a phenomenal life. A phenomenal woman who has achieved phenomenal things in her life. The society that she belonged to didn't deprive her. So I believe if women are given due education, that barrier would actually be erased from them. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much for that phenomenal guest, Aaron. Okay, so we have one more guest that's going to give the last speech. You can select between numbers 3 and 4. Yes, the man on number 4. Okay, thank you. And the question: would you like to see a woman be the president of Nigeria, and why?
Good afternoon, Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
Once again, I'm glad to be here to talk on that. If I would like to see a woman be the president of Nigeria, why not? Yes, I want to see a woman be the president of Nigeria. Reason because they say you cannot be doing things the same over and over and accept a different result, right? So over the years in Nigeria, we have been having males coming out as presidents. This time around, why don't you give the female a chance to see what they can do? Also, it is also in line with the theme for this month, breaking the bias, right? So what is that bias against women becoming presidents in this country that we don't want to break? Is it that they are not successful leader in the family, in the community, or in their respective career? So we've seen women in Nigeria rise to the top to be the best in their industry. We have the like of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, we have the likes of Amina that is in the United Nations. And I mean, if you can just give them a chance, they might at the end of the day prove us wrong, and they might at the end of the day be phenomenal in that mandate. Thank you.
That was another phenomenal speech. So thank you to all our table topic speeches for today. I'd like to find out if they were all within time. Go ahead. Oh, well,
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Tia Maisha.
Yes.
The second speaker guest Taiwo spoke 9 seconds. So I think like he went beyond the allotted time.
Two minutes and 10 seconds.
I said 2 minutes and 39 seconds. I can't hear you.
Okay, all right, so I'll hand over now. Sorry, apologies. I'll hand over now to Toastmaster. Thank you very much for that session. It was phenomenal. Very, very phenomenal. Okay, so we will be inviting the table topic evaluator to evaluate the table topic speakers. Our table topic evaluator is Toastmaster Godswill Asupo, and he's a business support professional in the development finance sector. He's an avid reader, and he loves good music, and is an infrastructure finance enthusiast. With a round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Godswill.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Please, can you all hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Can hear you. Can everyone hear me, please?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmasters of the day, Tia Mamarachi. So good to see you. back in Seaside Toastmasters, and I believe you are coming back with more energy and more vigor as well. Okay, in terms of our evaluation for today, we have 3 speakers. Please, can we all clap for the speakers, please? Can we clap for the speakers, please? So for the first speaker, for me, I don't think I have anything to say. For someone I see as a mentor, for someone I see as a role model in table topic speaking. But all I can say is, TM UK, we are free to take a bow. And for those that doesn't know, for some of our guests, TM UK is a renowned Toastmaster and a veteran speaker. So in case you want to upgrade or develop your table topic speech mastery, I bet you that is the best person to contact as far as Seaside Toastmasters is concerned. He did justice to his table topic speech, and that was a flawless delivery. Please, let's clap for TM UK. As second speaker, TM Taiwo, I don't know if you are a Toastmaster or if you are a guest. Although in your delivery, I had some technical difficulty hearing what you were saying, and that probably affected your time as well. But believe me, I like the way you handle your speech, and I think from the content and the introduction of your speech, I believe you are also a good speaker. And all I have to say is that I look forward to seeing your face more often and often. As you see, I'm just seeing your face for the first time as far as Seaside's meeting is concerned. Please, let's clap for TM Taiwo, please. So our last speaker, TM Emmanuel, you did justice to your delivery. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear your topic, but I was really impressed in how confident you were in delivering your speech. I was also impressed in how you were able to manage the podium as well. Is that and you keep speaking more, and also I think I'm your face as well. So I look forward to seeing you more often, and I also look forward to seeing you delivering more speeches at our meetings. Thank you all. Please, let's clap for all our speakers. They have all done exceptionally, and all I can say is that they are all phenomenal speakers. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Godswill. A round of applause for Toastmaster Godswill. Okay, we've come to almost the end of today's meeting, and I will be introducing the general evaluator to handle the evaluation of how well we did with time, grammar, and the outcomes as well. But before I do that, but before I do that, just to remind us to please vote for your best table topic speaker. Yeah, so your best table topic speaker. A poll will be up for the online guests and attendees. Yes. Okay. So while that is going on, or before I invite the general evaluator, actually, I wanted to just, ask us a few questions. So I mean, the theme of this year's International Women's Day is break the bias, okay? And I mean, we understand what we're trying to break and everything. But I think a pertinent question to ask is how can we actually break this bias? Break the bias, yes, we want to break it, but what can we do as individuals? What can we begin to do to ensure that we're not just saying break the bias, but we're actually making efforts towards breaking the bias? So what can we do as individuals? If you have suggestions, please just raise up your hand. I'll call you briefly, please, just in a sentence or two. Okay, Toastmaster Elijah.
Good afternoon.
Remember some years back?
The sentence. So just tell us briefly, what can we do in the sentence?
Advocacy should be responsible for telling our people. Don't have advocacy. An advocate is not necessarily one who speaks TV or public business. You can talk to your neighbors. Those neighbors that have girl child, I don't want to train their children, say they will marry them more. Talk to them. Women are important and they are humans. No human, be they men or women, is more human than any other human.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very powerful. Okay, any other person? One more person. Okay, I'll just say one.
Someone online.
Okay, what?
Sorry, yes, the opportunities are available. Yes. All men want to build, and it's wide open. The cloud is there. Use the
For me, I want to align as well with what Toastmaster Nawal has mentioned. For me, how many women were at the National Assembly? I think a bill was passed. I mean, the bill was not passed, but a few of them that came out. So women, first of all, support themselves. A woman contested in 2019. She got one vote. She voted herself. So what are we saying? Women, support yourself. Thank you.
Okay, so our last speaker is
Good afternoon.
I think it's a misconception to just take those up. For women to be able to take those up, have to look at their history, look at the history of suppression of women. Because even if the opportunities are there, how have you been able to build them up to the capacity to leverage on? For us to see the opportunities, you have to do what is called affirmative action. Intentionally give people the capacity or enable them to benefit from the capacity to leverage on. That's
I think we should take one more from our online attendees. Okay. Someone raising their hand, Toastmaster, where there. Please unmute and speak briefly.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My hands have been up since. So one of the things I think we can do to help break barriers, it's using your voice. It's in line with what we do in Toastmasters to ensure that even as we become great speakers, we don't end speaking here. We go to the world and we use our voice, because that's how we can change the status quo.
Thank you very much. All very interesting points. Okay, all very interesting points. Thank you very, very much. I strongly also believe that women should sort of get more involved, speak up, participate more, yeah. So that's my own thought, how I think women can begin to break the barriers, get more involved, don't, be dogged about this thing, get more involved, fight your way through, don't let anybody stop you, yeah, so let's try to continue to speak up, continue to help to break the bias, and I'm sure that we'll have more women doing greater things. All of these things. So I'll be inviting the general evaluator for the general evaluation. But before I do that again, I'd like to say that it's actually my first time being the Toastmaster of the day. Yeah, since I joined Toastmasters, I have been avoiding this role. But being International Women's Day, I decided to do it. So I would really, really love that should evaluate me with this Toastmaster Affairs meeting. Please send in your evaluations. I love it so I can improve and do better. Yes, so also the general evaluator will be lenient to the evaluation. All right, so Toastmaster Ibrahim Ajani.
All right, let's give another set of round of applause. Okay, you know what I really find interesting is this. The Toastmaster of the day made me ask the question, how can we help women break the bias? And the interesting thing that happened was, look at the ratio of the responses we got. We had like 5 responses from men and just 1 response from a woman. And I feel like that should tell us something about equal representation. Well, that's just an information. Yeah. So, well, let me just say this again. This is one of the best Toastmasters meetings I've ever been anywhere. Yeah, so I'd like us to go straight to the report section of the evaluation. I would like to call back our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Olivia, to come and give us the report.
All right, thank you once again. So this is me giving my final reports regarding our usage of the word today and our general grammatical usage of the English language. So first of all, phenomenal. It almost seemed as though everybody did the word like 3 weeks beforehand. I was trying to keep count until I realized that, see, my notes is beautiful, until I realized almost everyone who came here used the word of the day. So I wouldn't go into counting the number of times each person used it. We use the word very well. But worthy of mention is Daniel Ason. He actually used the abbreviation of, he said phenomenal. Of course, the phenomenal is an adjective, but it can become an adverb depending on the way you use it. So that was really great. Of our Toastmaster of the day, given that she spoke a lot, she used it severally. Almost everyone who came here, I don't think I recorded anyone who came up here and did not use the word of the day. So thumbs up. I hope we use it in our everyday interactions too. So one more thing I'd like to correct. Someone said hearing. I had technical difficulty hearing. That's not the correct usage. So it's called, hearing is a stative verb, right? It's a verb of perception, and verbs like that they're not used in a progressive tense. So it would have been better to say, I could not hear you, or due to some technical difficulties, I could not hear you, rather than I am not hearing you. Please, so just take note. It's a general observation for everyone. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, our grammarian, for today. Our next role player that will be giving us a report now will be the timekeeper. And our timekeeper for today is Toastmaster Miriam. Okay. Toastmaster Miriam.
Good afternoon once again. Can we all give ourselves a wonderful, a phenomenal round of applause? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. We all did well today, so that is going to make my work really, really easy. Everybody kept to time except for our guest, and that's guest Taiwo. So, but I would like to encourage each and every one of us that the best room to be is the room of continuous improvement. Let's not stop practicing how to speak. Thank you all. Over to you, General Evaluator. Hello.
Okay. TM Noye Obirike is our hack counter for today. This is our profile. TM Noye Obirike is
The lectern is muted.
Okay. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster, I guess.
Good afternoon.
Okay, everyone did a great job. All the speakers and role players, the table topics, everyone did a great job. The only person, or not only person, the people that used some filler words are TM Miriam. She used the 4 times and the R sound twice. Then TM Jane, I guess she's not online now. She used the sound 5 times and the R twice. Then TM Amachi, he did a great job, but however, he used the sound twice. But apart from that, everybody did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much. Back to you, Jeffrey.
I'd like us to give another set of round of applause to all the role players. Okay, so I'll be diving in deeply to my general evaluation for today's meeting. Our meeting for today started around 19 minutes past 1. I know we worked really hard to get this meeting to start on time, but I hope we can improve on that time in future. Our president and all the other role players were actually on time. They were around during the start of the meeting. We had 2 Toastmasters of the day for today's meeting. We had Toastmaster John Onomiya. And what I really liked the most about his anchoring was the way he transitioned to passing the baton to Toastmaster Amy. I feel like that was amazing. I would like us to give a round of applause to Team John. And Toastmaster Amy being the first time she'll be playing the role of the Toastmaster. I have to say that she was smooth, amazing, and phenomenal. Please, let's give her a round of applause. The speeches for today were informative. We had TM Daniel Isong give a speech about multitasking. She enlightened us on the role of gender when it comes to multitasking. Where Toastmaster Miriam Oke gave a speech titled "To Be a Woman," celebrating all the women at Seaside here. We had a guest Toastmaster Jane Osemwege, gave a speech about a volunteering experience with the NIPCA, the Nigerian IT professional in Canada. And we also had amazing evaluations for the speeches. We had Toastmaster Miriam Oke evaluating our first speech ever. Let's give it. And she did quite well. And we had 2 veteran speech evaluators among us, Toastmaster UK and Toastmaster Francis. The speech segment and the evaluation segment were all beautiful. And we had the table topics session. The table topic section was anchored by Toastmaster Aishat Karim. And the session was actually quite interesting. The topics were relevant to the theme of today's meeting. And the session was evaluated by Toastmaster Goswill Asuko. And I have to say, from the start of the meeting up to this moment, I've enjoyed every bit of it. So at this stage, I have nothing else to say. Okay, just one thing, time. We are way past 3 p.m. and I feel like we should try to arrange our meeting in a way that we do not exit 3 o'clock. That's just a recommendation. At this stage, I think I would like to pass the baton of the virtual lectern. I keep saying virtual lectern. Yeah, I'd like to pass on the baton back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our General Evaluator. So we have come to the end of today's meeting. Want to go? Yeah, so it comes to the end of today's meeting. But it was a great meeting, in my opinion, and very informative as well. It's International Women's Day, so please, even as we go, let's continue to celebrate the contribution of women, their achievements in the society, and also let's also speak up wherever we find ourselves. Raise more awareness about the issues and the problems that some women still face, in different parts of the world. So that being said, I would like to hand over the meeting back to our one and only able president, Toastmaster Ruth Apuka.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amarachi. Please let's give her a gigantic round of applause. Virtually, I think you did a very good. Well done. Okay, first of all, let me apologize for how long we have spent so far. First of all, we started late and we have extended our time by I think 12 minutes as of now. I sincerely apologize both if they are in the meeting virtually and if they are here physically. It was not intentional. We promise to do better next time. So I'll quickly jump into it. So today we have two very special Toastmasters in our midst. We have the past division director. Yes. This is a great honor. And we also have the PQD, the present PQD for our area and division. Sorry, our division F. Yes. So I'll be calling on both of them to come to the stage to please just give us a comment, just something special, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Madam President. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
I've had such a good time. A little birdie told me that there will be cake and wine, and that's the only reason why I'm here. Thank you. I had such a great time. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed myself today. I'm glad I came over. The organizers of the meeting did a very wonderful job. The TMOD was smooth. The Children evaluator was slick. It's a very wonderful way to end the day, Saturday afternoons, and I am happy. I look forward to subsequent meetings like this. Then finally, as regards the theme of the meeting, I think it's a very wonderful one. I mean, how can you look at a woman and think to yourself, she doesn't deserve something, anything, goodness, your career position, whatever, right? So as men, we are here to correct the mistakes of our ancestors. We have to change it. Yes, it was terrible. Why would you look at a woman and think to yourself, she cannot do something? So it's an error on our part. We have to correct it. Going forward, let's make sure we break the bias. Then finally, I would like to present an award to someone who I respect a lot, actually. He's also someone who is my boss, technically. Yes, he's my area director. I'm sure we all know who he is, but I would like to introduce him for the sake of our guest in the house. He's been a Toastmaster for over 9 years now and counting. He has won multiple awards, but today I'm going to present the award for the second place evaluation speech contest at the division level back in 2020. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, let's please give welcome
to the only Toastmaster, John Onumiya. Okay. All right, thank you very much, awesome guests. I hand over control to. Okay, actually, this man is a bigger boss. He's someone I idolize. He's my idol. When I came to Toastmasters, I met him, and he told me that I can do more. I can be more. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, because of him, I am actually more than I was. So please give welcome to distinguished Toastmaster, Kayode Yusu.
Thank you very much, Mr. PQB. Mr. Area Director, good to see you again. My club president, Toastmaster Langi Lawal. Our host president, Toastmaster Ruth. It's good to finally see you for the first time. Our members and guests, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's a rare privilege for me to be here. And Seaside has always been home for me. I remember in the year 2015, I was area director, and Seaside was one of the clubs that actually made my area directorship easy. My club started physical meetings today, so I came for a meeting, and I thought, hey, why drive all the way this far when you could actually kill two birds with just one stone? So here am I. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'll give some recommendations, and I'll get out of here. I'll start with some announcements. Since I'm a district officer and you've invited me to come speak, I want to mention to you that every Toastmasters club belongs to an area. A couple of areas belongs to a division. In Nigeria, we currently have 3 divisions. And in West Africa, covering 16 countries in West and Central Africa, we have District 94. In May 2022, we'll be having a district conference. The district conference takes you to another notch of the Toastmasters experience. And I assure you, the first I went was in Benin Republic. I had just come into the country and someone just called me up and said, hey, you need to go to Benin. So I arrived, packed my bags, and jumped into the bus to Benin Republic. But I was glad I attended that conference, because after then, I made a promise to myself that I would ensure to attend every other district conference. And I've done so since I went to Benin. Some of the things that you get to learn would be that Toastmasters is not elitist. A lot of us here work with blue chip companies, we run our businesses. But in the Francophone West African countries, you would see people who are what we call fashion designers, they're actually tailors. People who are tailors, people who run regular mom and pop businesses coming to join Toastmasters because they want the opportunity to speak better. This is an opportunity that we have, and I think that we need to democratize it and embrace it as much as possible. Coming to the district conference will expose you to all of this. Another thing you get to see at the district conference, and I'm glad that Toastmaster John was presented an award today, is that we get to see the finals of the district speech contest. As club members, we do our speech contest, we move to the area level, the champions move to the division, and then the division champions would move to the districts. The people who win at the districts would move up to the international speech contest. I think the international conference this year will be held in Paris, I think. And whoever wins in that contest in the district will be going to the parade. So it's something you want to plan towards, either as a spectator or as a speech contestant. I would rather that you come as a speech contestant because then a lot of attention will be on you. This year, the conference is happening in May 18th to 22nd. It will be happening in Senegal. So if you want to attend, it's time for you to start putting your money for flights together. I think the flights are still very affordable now. So if you're able to buy your tickets, go ahead and buy them. I'm sure your president will pass more information about that to you. Second thing I wanted to talk about was recommendations. As Toastmasters, one of the things that we are known for is our eloquence. But the fact that we're known to be eloquent does not mean that we all need to be eloquent. We just
Sorry, please confirm that you can hear us virtually.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, apologies. I think we went off for a bit, so apologies to those that were here virtually. Okay, so quickly, the meeting has been far spent, so I just quickly just jump into the final part of this meeting. So for today's meeting, I'm pleased to announce our best speakers for today. So we have the best for the speeches segment, prepared speeches segment rather. We have the best speaker, and our best speaker for today was someone that has won it before, and that's Toastmaster Miriam. So So Toastmaster Miriam, unfortunately, you're not here physically, so we actually have a gift for all the speakers, all the best speakers today, for all the segments for today's meeting. So that means Toastmaster Miriam, we can't give you yours today, but we can guarantee you that whenever you come physically for any of our meetings, you get your gift. So apologies for that. So moving on to the best evaluator for today. So for our best evaluator for today, we have Toastmaster Francis.
What the audit? Volunteer that audit.
All right, so on behalf of Seaside, I'm presenting this to you as well. Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have the best table topics for today, Toastmaster UK. All right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster UK. Okay, so for our next meeting, we'll be holding same time next week by 1 p.m. So our meeting next week will be strictly physical, so there'll be no hybrid. So if you're not here physically, if you come here on Zoom, you won't meet anybody here. So I'm reminding all of us, please try and make an effort to come for today's for the physical meeting next week. First of all, I want to appreciate everybody for being here today. When we were planning this meeting, we were scared. When people come, oh my God, we've been having a lot of people not coming for the physical aspect of the meeting. They prefer to be in the virtual meeting. So it's good to see, like, in fact, I think more than 20 people are here physically. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming here today. Really appreciate you. I know it's not easy with the fuel scarcity and there's no lights as well. So please, thank you, and we appreciate you and we love you. We hope you come here next week. And I promise that this will be a more fantastic meeting next week as well. Okay, for next meeting, to celebrate the International Women's Day, we have to wear a touch of purple. Today is only Toastmaster Marachi that was compliant with the International Women's Day color. So to celebrate physically, rather. Yes, to celebrate physically, we need to wear a touch of purple. And we plan to have a segment where we get to have a debate about women, International Women's Day. So if you want to know what we'll be talking about, come here next week and you will see what we're going to be saying in the next meeting. So I think that's all for today. By the powers that have been not invested, by the powers that have been invested on me, not invested on me, I call this meeting to a close. Enjoy the cake and the wine.
Yeah.
Online guests, online attendees, kindly turn on your cameras. Want to take pictures. Thank you.